Glojay, he's a social media influencer, best known for giving wads of cash to strangers.
At the end of the day, you made this $20,000 off me and my children.
But one homeless woman says that it is all for clout and that she hasn't received most of the money he's raised on her behalf. But while she cries foul, he says she didn't deserve the money.
Peace, family. This is King Messiah. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And today we're just talking about the gentleman by the name of Glojay. He's a up-and-coming influencer, content creator, and, he experienced something that I would say is kind of similar to what I experienced dealing with Monique, a young homeless lady I tried to help. He experienced something that's similar, and I wanted to highlight his story. So let's get into it.
You made this $20,000 off me and my children.
But one homeless woman says that it is all for clout and that she hasn't received most of the money he's raised on her behalf. But while she cries foul, he says she didn't deserve the...
Zipporia's Tellers, who lives outside of Union City, has been homeless for quite some time with her 5 children and 2 infants at that time. Now, in June of 2022, she was sitting outside of a Walmart asking for money. This is often her day-to-day routine. And that's when social media influencer Glojay approached her. She does admit he gave her $500 off that initial encounter, but she said later came to find out she felt like his intentions were not so pure and that he was scamming the people. Let's get into the story.
I'm amazing. You sweating? Hey, what's going on?
Hard work, man.
Tulla says that when she was approached by Glojay and his team, they told her to make sure she looked sad as they recorded the encounter.
I have nowhere to stay right now. We go from room to room.
What happened in order for you to get, in your situation?
I lost my place in 2020. I was trying to get back on my feet. My dad passed like a year ago.
Wow.
So he passed from COVID, and he was all I had, really. I'm just trying to really get back on my feet.
He gives her $500 in cash, as you can see here in the video. But the irony, she mentions this is a scam, is as if she's already full of doubt and she's just not used to somebody being this pure-hearted and trying to see her do better. All right.
Another 100 for you.
This is a scam.
Nah, ain't no scam. It's all you. 80, 100. It's another 100 for you.
Oh, my God.
See, 80. Another 100 for you. I ain't done. I got one more pocket for you. 80, 100 for you. Add that. I gave you 500. Then we're gonna add a little more to it.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying?
Thank y'all.
Yeah.
I really appreciate it.
Glojay has become known for his do-good, feel-good posts. He's garnered 2 million followers on TikTok and over 400,000 followers on Instagram just in the last 7 months. The video featuring Tullis racked in over 13 million views on TikTok, and she later learned that Glojay's made a GoFundMe on her behalf. It said the funds would be used for getting her children, quote, clothes, food, housing, and getting her a vehicle. Donations totaling $20,140. The GoFundMe states that the funds, quote, will be given directly to her when the fundraiser is over.
Everything that was on the page was linked to him. Wasn't nothing linked to me.
She does admit Glojay gave her about $3,000 days later. She says it mostly went to her hotel bills.
First of all, my room is $95 a night, okay? So with the $3,000, like I was trying to explain to him, but he was not listening to me, I had already owed $500 on that, okay? So I paid the $500 and I paid for 25 days on my room. You know what I'm saying? And the rest of it, I bought like necessities like Pampers, wipes, milk.
She says that Glojay asked for a picture of her identification card to send the remainder of the GoFundMe donations. She sent it, but days went by and she says that she never received anything and communication with Glojay began to sour.
He never really wanted to give me the money.
So she went to TikTok and started to talk.
You took it. You was a man when you took it, be a man now.
Glojay sat down with the Shade Room and says that he was shocked at what she had to say.
I wasn't just gonna pull up on a stranger and give you 20 grand without seeing you give some effort, without giving you some type of, you gotta be doing something, working for something.
He says that he decided to give Tullis that $3,000 after she texted him this, asking for about $200 for food and baby formula.
Once she asked me on TikTok, I was like, I don't have anything for you. I'm the person that gave you $3,500. No other stranger did that. Regardless if they raised it for you, gave it to you. No one has pulled up on you and gave you the amount that I have.
He says he also approached Tullis about several job and housing opportunities in the days after posting the video.
I put on my story like, hey, if you have any job opportunities for her, please email her. I dropped her email and I said, email her right here.
He says she stopped responding to people as if she wasn't interested in the help.
So you telling me you don't want to work? But, me still being a good person, I'm like, all right, whatever. Then I said, well, look, I got to see you working. I got to see you doing something. You got it. And she didn't want to do none of that.
Do you believe that she's just a professional panhandler?
100%. And I've already heard the people tell me Union City, that's what they do. You know why I know that? Because there's another family that sits at the exact same spot when she's not there.
But Tullis says that is simply not true.
What's your response to people online saying that you're not really homeless?
Look, this is where I'm at, sir. You see where I'm at? You see this?
Mm-hmm.
I'm in a hotel. I pay $95 daily. If I don't have the money, I get put out. Yes, I'm looking for work. I was trying to explain to him, in order for me to work, I got to have childcare. I can't take 5 kids, 2 infants with me to no doggone job.
People took to TikTok to sound off about the situation. One user wrote, quote, he didn't give her the money, but still got the video up. That's messed up. But trust and believe what goes around comes back around. Another person wrote, quote, give that lady her money. It's bad enough you lied for views, but not give her all the money.
Have you created other GoFundMes like hers before in the past?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
And have you given them the total amount, the 100%?
100% or more. 100% or more.
People are saying she's been slighted. And her information, her pictures, her children's pictures were on this campaign.
I 100% wanted to be for her. But when you get on the internet and bash me, that's when I said I'll cancel the whole thing. I've stated that many times. I never said I want to keep the money. And anybody that really gets money knows 20,000 is not any money. So that almost a little bit offends me if people think I got to finesse somebody for 20 bands.
So you haven't spent that money?
No, absolutely not.
Do you typically take some money and then pay it forward to other people? Where are you getting this money from to give out to so many different people in need?
Option trading. To be honest with you, I do option trading. Like I did really good with Netflix. When Netflix decided to plummet, I did a put call on that, and I ended up, honestly and truly, I made probably about $400,000 from that.
You have no plans on giving this money to her. Is there a stipulation? Is there an apology maybe in the works? No, that ship has sailed.
That's settled. That's done. I have nothing. I don't care. She can take it to court. She can take it to whoever she want to do. I got lawyers, and she do your thing.
What I will say is when you're helping the homeless and you have GoFundMe money and you have donations and, the homeless feel like they should be in control of, all of the money. But, clearly their decision-making ability is not the best unless they wouldn't be homeless sitting outside of Walmart with 4 kids or 5 kids. So I think it is very irresponsible to put that much power into someone who is just not mentally, probably spiritually and physically able to endure what they're about to obtain. It just doesn't make sense, because if somebody has an addiction and then you put on your page, hey, send all donations to their Cash App, and they get $100,000 in donations and they take that and buy a whole bunch of illegal substances and then they overdose, did you enable their bad behavior and did you enable their addiction? And do you play some type of role in that person's demise without making sure that they were just mentally prepared to change their condition? I think it is it's very important to kind of gatekeep. Okay, we're going to make sure that these funds are being utilized appropriately. We're going to make sure that this person is showing initiative. We're going to make sure that this person is truly taking the funds and empowering and improving their situation. And they're not taking the funds and just enabling their addictions. So from the outside looking in, it looks like, well, it's her money. Let her do what she needs to do with it. But when you're in it, when you're the one who literally pulled over, impacted this person's life, cared enough, everybody else passed. So you hold some responsibility to say, wait, I want to make sure that this person is showing at least an inch of initiative. And I'm not just going to, hey, here you go. Here's $20,000. All right, good luck. I'll see you in a year. No. So yeah, this is a story. I wanted to play a few clips. This story happened a couple years ago. Now, this is a clip from about 11 months ago. Glojay was on a platform and he spoke on the story. And I think he made some sense. And he's not perfect, but he's young, 25. He figured out this content creation. He figured out day trading. And, you know, he's made his mistakes. But overall, I just want to highlight what so many of us go through when we're trying to help the homeless. Let's get into it.
How you gonna scam a homeless person?
I did a GoFundMe, right? It ran up 20 bands. I gave her $5K. Then I figured out she really wasn't homeless. I figured out she was fucking off the money. But people's biggest thing was like, you raise the money for it, don't matter what she using it for. Exactly. I get that perspective, but goddamn it, I raised it. So I wired this shit back to GoFundMe. Because without me, y'all wouldn't know she existed. Yeah, exactly. And if y'all saw her on
this was on Shade Room. Yeah. Shade Room is arguably like the biggest black news.
Yeah, I'm on there twice. Like, it was a video. I walked down on her, did the GoFundMe out the TikTok video, ran up 20,000 in the night, and I put up on her with 5K and said, if I see you working, because I was putting her on jobs, bro. I was like, here, I'm people reaching out to me like they got job positions for her. They saying she don't want to go, she don't want to work. They had housing for her and everything. They said she stopped responding to the housing, finessing for real. So I was like, so what we doing? Like, I'm doing this for you, but then what? Because even if I give you the 20 bands, money can destroy people. Mm-hmm. That shit could have destroyed her more than it could have helped her. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, all right, I got to be responsible with it. Mm-hmm. Like, your job not gonna give you a whole paycheck for the year in one day, are they? Mm-hmm. No, they're gonna break that shit up and they're gonna give it to you every 2 weeks. Exactly. So I was gonna play it the same route. Like, okay, here's this, and also on the content perspective, I was like, if I pull up on you and give you 20,000 right here, it's like, okay, content wise, that's one video and I'm done. Mm-hmm. But if I give you 5,000 here, pull up on you, give you 5,000 here, 5,000 here. I'm like, okay, now your story go longer. People seeing you elevate. Now they can see you getting helped. And it prolongs my content.
What was her story like? Why was it so
She had like 4 kids, lying and shit, saying, matter of fact, she
was lying?
Homeless. Yeah, she had a crib. She had all
She wasn't homeless?
Nah, somebody actually her best friend came out on TikTok.
Damn.
And said she wasn't homeless.
If he really wanted to help her, he would have not humiliated her. Okay? Because the same way he asked her to come outside is the same way he could have did that same video in front of her hotel room and got those same donations. But no, you want to take it to the measurements of doing that. And then when I called out the video, when you knew that girl had a hotel room because you called her and asked her to come out of the room, then you want to go back and use my face? Like, I'm not going to say, like, I don't play them type of games. I don't play them type of games at all. And y'all want to know what's even more funny? My baby that I was holding, when she hit me, how about, that's why I knew she wasn't homeless to the extent that he had her sitting outside. He could have got them same results in front of her hotel room. But again, go off. Be great.
And that's another
thing.
So
where you see how you find her? Walking on the sidewalk or something?
Nah, one of my little mans, he live in Union City. One of my little bros, he said he saw her sitting at a Walmart. He said, I see a single mom sitting out here at Walmart with a sign. I pulled up.
Was he in on it?
Nah, hell nah. Nah, he wasn't in on it. I pulled up on him. For sure, that's like one of my.
She was just sitting outside of Walmart.
Yeah, and I think she's still homeless to this day, bro.
She homeless right now?
Yeah, hell yeah. Still, people say they still be sitting outside of Walmart.
So she wasn't homeless at first, but she homeless now.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't think she. I think that's the job, bro. You got to think about it. Let's say you homeless, right? And all right, do the math, bro. If I'm sitting outside all day for 8 hours outside of Walmart, 10 people give me $20, I make $200. If I make $274 a year, that's $100,000. Exactly. Do the math. If she go to work, she gonna make less than what she's making out there. Let me give you a sad story and appeal to your emotions. Bring my kids out here and have them sit out here with me and give this perspective like that's what's going on. You're gonna feel sorry. You're gonna give me your money.
I want to know how much homeless person make a year.
I already asked, over 6 figures.
What?
I asked homeless people. I said, how much you average a day? Some people, bro, he told me, he said, anywhere, a bad day, 100, a good day, 500, 600.
That is a thing, bro.
This is Google. Well, there you have it. This is King Messiah. That's the end of the video. What do you think about the entire story? Do you think he should have given her all the money? Do you think he was right for trying to hold her accountable according to his words to some extent? I mean, this is just an interesting topic, but I appreciate you supporting everyone who subscribed. I do appreciate it. We're building this platform, and your help is greatly appreciated. King Messiah, double salute.